Hey guys, it's me, it's Jay. I'm just checking in with you guys because you know what? I've just stayed up very, very late in the morning in the UK to watch the Game Awards. I sat through a variety of mixed to uninteresting trailers so I could watch one, the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie trailer, and the other thing, the Sonic Frontiers reveal trailer. And you know what? They could not give me more polarizing opinions if I tried. So I just wanted to share that with you. So let's just get into it, shall we? Let's get straight into it. First thing, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie trailer. Loved it. Just loved it. It was full of references to the adventure games, to the classic games. I really like this idea of Sonic and Tails going on an adventure together. Jim Carrey, just great. I love that we've seen his involvement into what we would call Dr. Eggman in the first movie, and I love that that seems to be going just crazy in the second. I'm just so hyped. And oh, Knuckles! Just Knuckles. They just ticked every box I needed as a Sonic fan in the 90s. Like, they just ticked every box. I loved it. And the Sonic Frontiers trailer came out, and I felt nothing. Just nothing. But I want to tell you guys that because I feel like I'm not the only person who feels this way, and I want you to know that you're not being pessimistic or negative. That is a perfectly valid feeling to have, and I want to say why. Because with the Sonic movie trailer that we saw last night, it is off the back of the original Sonic movie. I loved that movie, and what makes it even more surprising that I love that movie is when the first all the way up to the first trailer came out, I was very hesitant. I was like, they're gonna do Sonic wrong. The first trailer came out, Sonic looked like a rat. Like, it was upsetting. But they listened to that feedback, and they proved me as a Sonic fan wrong. They proved me wrong and said, no, we've got this. I watched that film 6 times in the cinema. I bought it on Blu-ray, DVD, every version. I've got 2 Blu-ray copies because they did a steelbook case. Have them all because I love that film. I still love that film. I think it's such a fun movie. And the second trailer showed to me, hey guys, if you love the first movie, you're gonna love the second one even more. It really conveyed that to me. The problem with Sonic Frontiers is it didn't really show me anything. It raised a lot of questions, and the other problem is, whereas the Sonic movie had a reputation to work from, so it gave me something to trust, Sonic Team don't have that trust with me. Sonic Forces was a very mixed bag, a game lacking level design in my opinion, and pulled a lot of nostalgia cards from the Dreamcast era, bringing back Chaos and things like that, but then didn't do anything with them, so it all just felt a bit manipulative. Then Sonic Colors Ultimate, which Sonic Team didn't develop themselves, but they did oversee. That was functional at best, just underwhelming and disappointing if anything. Then Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, again, not Sonic Team developed, but Sonic Team were even more involved, I would say, than they were the port of Colors, because they were heavily part of the promotion of this game. And that was a train wreck. Sonic Lost World had very, very mixed reviews. We can go all the way back to some of the first 3D games. When Shadow the Hedgehog came out, and it was just trashed critically and left fans very mixed feelings. There were the Wii storybook games, again, very mixed opinions. So Sonic Team doesn't have a track record of producing high quality content consistently. Yes, Sonic Unleashed is popular with many, though a lot of people would argue that there's a lot of padding in that game and the Werehog sections aren't perfect, but there's a good game there. There's a very good game in there, just with a lot of stuff being obstacles to that. I would say the only game that had unanimous applause critically and with the fans was Sonic Generations and Sonic Mania. But unfortunately, we know that the Sonic Mania crew aren't really involved in terms of the development team. They're not making another Sonic Mania game, and they're not part of this. So, I have nothing in my memory bank to say I trust Sonic Team will pull this out the bag. There's nothing. They've got nothing. So, I feel it's valid for you to watch the Sonic Frontiers trailer and just feel a bit like, okay, well, I'm a bit concerned, and I have historical evidence to validate that concern, is what I'm saying. So, the cutscene, fine, it's what you expect from Sonic games. Interesting questions about who was the lady's voice, etc. The gameplay, well, there was no gameplay. All they showed was vast, empty, void areas. Lots of grass, rocks, cliff edges. Looked like a very generic Unreal Engine demo type of environment. With the exception was they had plonked ancient ruins sporadically. Those looked interesting. Obviously, we can't really make any more in-depth opinions until we see gameplay, because obviously that counts. But they weren't willing to show that just yet. All they were willing to show is, guys, look how big and void our areas are. And that doesn't interest me. It doesn't bring any particular emotion out of me, other than I wonder how they're going to fill this space, or more importantly, how you're going to navigate this space. I think just showing a large, environment doesn't really make anyone go wow in 2021. Breath of the Wild came out years ago now, and even when that was announced, we'd seen open worlds before. It wasn't new. There's actually a shot, the only in-game shot of Sonic in this game so far, is comparable to a shot of Breath of the Wild, which is basically an identical shot. Quite funny. So, the large areas look good, but when you really think about it, it's just a large patch of grass with cliff edges. And some area of flowers, which is cute. But it just concerns me that Sega aren't willing yet to show people how you navigate this space. They, in the Game Awards, which probably was the biggest space to show, but they thought, not yet. Now it's a year away, which means that it's been in development for a long time. I'm cautious. Now, I'm cautiously optimistic, I guess, because we don't know enough. But I just want to say, yeah, it just made me think, okay, what? Like, I don't get it. Sega, you need to show more at this point. You're teasing, which I get, but I need to see more. Please show more. It could be Sonic Team's huge departure, and they've taken Sonic in a new direction that will be absolutely amazing, or it could be a very uninspired game that copies elements from existing platformers and open world games. We have no idea. I just wish that Sonic Team had a stronger track record at the moment for me to go, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what they do with this. Whereas my gut feeling is, oh my gosh, what are they going to do with this? More like, it's like a child who is very accident prone and they have a history of hurting themselves unintentionally by tripping and falling, and you let them go off in a park and you're like, oh my gosh, please don't hurt yourself on the swing, don't fall down the slide, don't die. Bit dramatic, but that's how I feel. So yeah, I just wanted to share that I was quite surprised how the two trailers we saw today gave me such two different reactions. And the key thing I want to leave with is that Sonic Frontiers felt like it was trying to provide a very realistic environment in terms of its environment and scenery, and it didn't feel anything like a Sonic game. Like, the way that the Sonic model was perched in there, he didn't feel like he belonged in that world yet. There is obviously time for us to see that, but it felt very odd. It felt like, oh, Sonic doesn't belong in this realistic environment yet. I say yet because obviously we've seen so little. But what I did find interesting was the Sonic movie is literally set in the real world. It's filmed with cameras, with human beings on this planet, yet somehow felt more Sonic and less real than the Frontiers trailer did, which is just an interesting take. I just found it very curious that the Sonic movie, which is literally set on this planet that you are currently stood in right now, felt more Sonic-y than the Frontiers trailer did, which is literally a video game. Oh dear. So guys, I really want to know what your opinion is, so do tweet me, Opinion Zone Show, all one word, or contact me. Just search the Opinion Zone, search Sonic Cage Dome. But this was just a quick one off really, to say that I'm so hyped for the Sonic movie. I can't wait. Like, Knuckles, it's just I was, when they said Idris Elba, I was a bit like, what's happening? But again, I was like, I have faith in these guys because they proved me wrong last time, and I think in that trailer it's like, oh, I think you proved me wrong again. Fair play. I just wish Frontiers, I wish I could say, well, this is a very different move for Sonic, but the way they handled colours was so good, and Sonic Forces was such a hit out of the park that I have faith in them that they can nail this. That didn't happen, so I'm curious to see what happens, shall we say. Anyway, have a Merry Christmas. We've got Christmas special coming up. Christmas special. Yes, if you didn't know, Radio Sega are doing their Winterfest 2021. It's running on 4 days. So you can catch us on the 19th of December, which is a Sunday, live on Radio Sega. Head over to our social media or our Sonic Cage Dome's Instagram, where you can find out the live air date that we go. And it's a very interesting episode because it's a bit of a therapy session for me, looking back on my life as a Sonic fan heading into Christmas Day. So it's going to be great. I'm really excited for it. But yeah, thanks for listening to this rambling and let me get it off my chest. And also, just so you know, if you are really hyped for Sonic Frontiers and you are just so pumped, absolutely valid too. Two different opinions can exist. One is not correct. Alright? This is what's beautiful about the world. We're all allowed different opinions and different viewpoints. And you know what? If Sega turned this out the bag and proved me wrong about my initial gut feeling about what we've seen, I will be the happiest Sonic fan you have ever seen. I can't wait. I can't wait for them to show me what they can do. Thank you much. Thank you much. I can't speak. My brain is frazzled. I stayed up to like 4 a.m. last night. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you at the Christmas special on 19th of December. Ciao for now.